Hey, sexy people. All right, it's that time of year again. That time where I start working on my next book project. And I'm so excited. That does mean though that I have to wrap up this first season of me making these YouTube videos for you guys. And I like making these videos so much. So in the meantime, like in between drafts or milestones when writing the book, I'll probably hop back on, maybe do a Dear Megan or something. But until season 2, I figured, I'd leave you with this recap of season 1 by saying the first thing that pops into my mind when I think about a video that I made, this past season. In case you missed the video and you're thinking what's a takeaway you might get, or just want to know what kind of stood out for me, or at least stands out for me now, just something a little fun for me to do to celebrate the 35 videos I made in this huge learning curve that was season 1 of YouTubing. All right, let's do it. Welcome back. Tasha Caulfield here, writer, comedian, author of The Care and Feeding of Sex Symbols. And also this year I put out The Art of Laziness. So thank you if you're watching for the people who have been buying that. All right, it's been one hell of a learning curve, but I hit the spot of a lot of things that I wanted to say. So content-wise, I'm satisfied. All right, so let's get to it. The first video that I put out was how to finally let go and move on. And the thing that stands out for me with that is probably the burning bridges. Focus on your vision and not give yourself an out when you are trying to move on from something hard. You gotta just, be super focused. The next one, I did the Carvana video. I actually shot that video first. I wanted to get familiar with the equipment and just filming and all that kind of stuff, but also put out something helpful at the same time, and also show, a technical side of moving on, doing something hard, selling your car, starting over, doing something new. Third video, how to use your looks to get ahead. This was on pretty privilege. And the thing that stands out to me for pretty privilege is just owning it, playing all the cards you're dealt, but also making sure that you're good. Whatever you are, be a good one. And that was a 2-part series where I did an adult version of using your pretty privilege and using your looks, in your occupation and life, those who are doing it more in the adult world. And that one is more about focusing on the foundation that you're building, making sure you are aware that whatever you become successful at, you're going to, but it's going to be very hard to break out of that. So be mindful of the foundation and take care of yourself in the process. Stay focused on your own goals so you didn't get caught up on the desires of the people around you, whether they're your fellow colleagues or, people who are taking advantage of what you do. The next one was how to tell if you're ready for a relationship, how to tell if you're emotionally available. And that was really a testament to like attracts like. You're emotionally available when you're attracting and entertaining other emotionally available people and entertaining. The next one, this was one of my favorites, the 4-part series. So this is 4 videos of what Nana knows for sure. And I broke it up into overcoming adversity and relationships and, being happy. And the biggest thing that I personally remember from, that whole series is remembering that you can customize everything in life. Everything, not just, a relationship or a job or, your house. Every decision you make, you can craft it to what suits who you are, and don't just go with the default system of those around you and the reality that they've created for themselves. Most nice guys don't finish last. Well, some don't finish last, and here's how to not do it. And that one, I focused on the fact that the nice guys who don't finish last are focused on chemistry, mutual chemistry, and compatibility, what you have in common. And it's not just, oh, I'm a nice guy and thinking that should be enough. That's a very shallow way to approach relationships. How to get over your daddy issues. That one I was giving kind of the step-by-step plan as far as grieving, coming up with a new story, developing habits that will become your new normal once you kind of get used to acting out of your comfort zone and things like that. And yeah, where to find emotionally available, kind, and financially successful men. That one I started off with, letting you know, anytime you focus on anything other than how a man treats you, it can get a little dicey, but I understand that we all have our criteria. So in answering this Dear Megan question, I gave a list of about, 20 something, or I don't know, maybe 30 places that you're more likely to meet a, a more conscious and, together man, a guy who's got his stuff more together. Let's just say that. What to do when he lied about being married. This one, I kind of just focus on understanding the difference between guilt and shame, a la Brene Brown, and helping you to just focus on moving on from that situation and getting whatever lesson that experience was there to teach you. What to do when she ghosts you. This was one more about dealing with she's just not that into you type of behavior, and creating what I called Ghostbusters to help you just, not put yourself in that type of situation that often, so you're not entertaining a bunch of people who are ghosting. How to know if someone is the one for you. That one was a life hack that was basically like, what left me couldn't stay, and what stayed couldn't leave me, as Bishop TD Jakes said. And it is just, they stay. You can't fuck it up. You can't do anything. They're just the one, the ultimate one. Everybody's gonna teach you a lesson, reason, season, all that kind of stuff. So everyone's technically the one because they prepare you, in life for blah, blah, blah. But the one, they just don't leave. Life hack, that's how you know. Money tips for girls who love money. That one is more about just learning how to prioritize, necessities and things, and that like down to luxuries, and where everything kind of falls in its place, as taken from classics like The Richest Man in Babylon and things like that, for those who, just are looking for a couple tips. How to tell someone it's over. That one was more about focusing on being honest and how to be concise. So, what you should be focusing on in those conversations, and what you should basically just, not go into, because it's not going to end well for you if you do. Why Your Life Sucks and What You Can Do About It. A book review of one of my favorite books. Yeah, the kind of running theme for a lot of those, that list of things that you could be doing that is making your life sucking, is basically just, you're not prioritizing how you feel. You're kind of, putting, criteria that other people value, or what you think, you should be doing based on the people around you and image and things like that, and not so much doing the things that bring you joy and make you happy. So do them. My sexiest must-have accessories. This is where I indulge in my fashion, my love of fashion, and this is a two-part video, so I just give you guys a couple things from my closet that are just kind of a little fun, and if you're trying to just, because I did do the, care and feeding of sex symbols, so I gotta go there every once in a while. What it was like getting locked up when I was 12 years old. This was a story time video, origin story, kind of like what got me on this path of valuing freedom and joy and personal joy and stuff so much, and really living your own life to your fullest, from being young and having all of that stripped away and being totally out of control. And it also brings awareness to kids who are in those situations, if you're looking for a way that you can help or whatever. So, that's definitely top 3 for me of the videos I did. How to live in your purpose and become a real life superhero. We lost Chadwick this year, aka T'Challa, and he lived such an inspiring life. So I wanted to use his life as a class and share the lesson that it taught us, which is to transcend any adversity, anything you're going through. You just switch roles from, victim to hero. Get out of the hospital bed and give the help that you yourself can use. So, super dope, and rest in peace, Chadwick. How to know if you should stay with a man. All right, that one, I basically gave the 4 criteria that this one therapist gave me, because sometimes we wonder, like, what am I looking for? What should I be focused on? Am I being too picky? Am I not being picky? And she gave me the 4 criteria, and then I came and I shared it with you, and so you can watch that video if you want to know what that is. Ooh, my favorite video. How to create a life you hate. It's just me really indulging us in all the things that we do that make our experience on this planet sucky. And basically, if you don't want to have that experience, just do the opposite of everything I say in that video. This is another story time. What happened when I was young, black, and voted Republican? This was background for a joke that I told in one of my stand-up performances, and it just basically goes through just what happened, the traumatic experience, and also my own dream, which echoed Dr. King's dream, with me hoping that we can get to a place one day where we truly focus on the content of people's character and not the color of people's skin in all of our dealings, you know, in this world. 50 things men should know about women. This was a two-part video, and this was me going through Elite Daily's list of 50 things men should know about women, and just giving my feedback onto those 50 things. So this was another one for the guys to help you kind of understand us a little bit better, so we can kind of, you know, come together. Because all of the ones I did for the guys are for that purpose, you know. Us getting on the same page. Top inner beauty secrets that'll really make you glow up. If I can only give one, it's just, you know, self-compassion. Go easy on yourself. As the Buddha said, or Dalai Lama, no, Buddha, if your compassion doesn't include yourself, it's not complete. So, you know, but that's just one of like the 10 things, but that's the one I popped in my head. All right, guys are only interested in having sex with me. This was a Dear Megan answer to a Dear Megan question. And that video is just really me more about helping people who feel that way regain control over their experiences so that they don't keep creating, you know, a reality that they're not happy with. When to quit or rant. This was a real life example of when to just say nah. Like this is, you know, when you go into your heart, when you trust your gut, even in the face of, you know, things seeming logical on the surface or whatever, and just really how to put that value on caring about how you feel. So that was my little rant on that. How to change your life with 4 questions. That was based on the Byron Katie method, and that's really about gaining control over your thoughts, which are the only thing that causes suffering, and just, you know, questioning it all and getting on top of it. Yeah, that's about getting on top of your thoughts. All right, the top 5 real life femme fatales of the last decade and what they serve to remind us. That video was me reminding us that there is no such thing as the weaker sex. And, you know, since I don't judge, that's not what I was there to do to those women, but I was definitely there to help them, you know, teach us what their presence on this planet does. How to tell if you're woke. This was based on Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer's book, The Awakened Life. And this list of things, ways to tell you're woke, is he took it from the Peace Pilgrim. And it's basically just, you know, just a test, like kind of like a quiz, a fun like little quiz that you can go, hey, like what do these elders who, you know, seem to be enlightened at peace, what do they have to say being quote unquote woke looks like? So for me, that's just a little fun video. The last ones were the 40 dating mistakes every guy should avoid. And you know, that's 6 different websites and me just giving my feedback on what, you know, certain girls who have mentalities like myself at least, how they respond to it. And that's just a lighter video because, you know, I make some heavy and then I'm like, okay, I just want something just kind of chill this week. And that's a lighter video to just kind of, you know, once again, help the fellas who might be struggling in that area to kind of see what's going on in our heads. All right, and that's it. That's the 35 videos from this past season, this first season. Make sure you like this video and also subscribe so that you are notified. So I guess you gotta hit the notification bell too when I put out videos, whether it's while, you know, I'm in between drafts or whatever, writing this book, or when season 2 starts and they start coming at you more steadily. And since this season's end coincides with the new year, let me give you a little pep talk, you know, going into it, and a little bit of encouragement in case you can use it. And that is just to remember to take care of yourself, you know, care about how you feel. Just really go easy on yourself and have fun, you know, do your thing, go for it, do your thing, but make sure it is your thing, not something that just looks good, not something that, you know, everybody else is doing, whatever. Every day stand guard at your mind, and, you know, if it's negative, whether it's something on social media or the news or whatever, don't give it a place. Just don't. All right. And as I put in the art of laziness, if you don't feel like it's the time to act, because I know everybody, you know, you want to go out, it's the new year, and if you hit a wall and if it's not working out, it might not be time yet. That project or whatever you're thinking about doing may still need some time to, you know, to develop. So just do things, you know, daily rituals, whatever, that'll allow you to stay tuned to your inner voice, so that when you do have those inspired, you know, actions, then you can create whatever you want. Not the motivated actions, not stuff that comes from people, you know, just you rah-rahing yourself from stuff around you. The inner actions, and you can read more about that in The Art of Laziness. And until I see you next time, remember that this is Tasha Caulfield reminding you to stay sexy.